Hi Spark parents and scholars. The following example of rounding is where we have a 3-digit number, but we are expected to round off to the nearest 10. Again, the question is presented as such: round the number 365 to the nearest 10. The first thing I'd ask scholars to do is to draw a number line. If they can do it mentally in their minds, then they do not need to draw a number line, but some scholars really benefit from drawing the number line. So the first thing you do is to draw the number line, and you need to give each number or each digit in the number its place value. So 5 is in the ones place, 6 is in the tens place, and 3 is in the hundreds place. The question says round to the nearest 10, so I'm concerned with the number that's in the tens place. So you begin your number line by plotting the lower 10 in 365, which would be 360. Scholars tend to get confused here because there's a 3 now that's involved. That's why putting the place value on top is so important, because if the question is asking to round to the nearest 10, you are not concerned with anything past the tens. I'm not concerned with the hundreds, I'm concerned with the tens only, so that I can literally just copy the 100 and then start with the tens. 360, and then the top end would be 370. With 10 spaces in between. Right, so we then plot 365 on the number line, which would be 361, 362, 363, 364, and 365. Right, the next thing would be to round or to take 365 to the closest interval of 10. Now when the last digit in the ones is a 5, it becomes tricky because the number is directly in the middle, or smack bang in the middle, between 360 and 375. So how I explained it to scholars was, if there is a man walking and he walks to 365, is it going to take him a longer period of time to just carry on walking straight to 370? Or will it take him longer to turn all the way around and walk back? And scholars answer, it's much quicker to just carry on walking straight. And that's what the man does. It takes far too long for the 365 to turn around and walk back. So 365 always rounds up to 370. Where the initial number has 100 or even 1,000 in, that's where scholars tend to get confused. But as long as the place value is put on top, it makes it far easier to understand.